you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.
Hey, dude!
Wow. Well, that's an entrance.
You know what? I'm gonna come on your show and whip my tallywhacker out and swing and swing, swing.
It's time for Let's Sell and Review with your hosts, Wayne Greg.
Shut up.
And
Friggin' intro.
Nav.
Who cares about those last two guys? Should stop that, Greg.
Yeah, of course you can cut it off at me, you son of a. Meanwhile, Al's doing his best casualties impersonation over here, saying "f you, f you, f you, f you." Jesus Christmas!
I know he screwed up the whole thing. I should have just started over.
But, remember, you're not a New York punk rocker. You're from Jersey. Know your role.
Hey, Catman's here already. Wow, he's early. That was quick.
Catman, what up?
Yeah. Well, thanks again for coming on the show, Al and Andy.
Hey, thanks a lot for having us.
Yeah,
I'm very excited. You know what? This is the first podcast I've done in like 2 weeks.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
I've been away from
the
the
okay?
scene.
Are you all right?
You should have took another week off.
Right.
All right. I don't want to be too long-winded like last week's show, like some people were.
That are not here.
Sorry.
No, you're here too because you're one of them too. It's all right though. It's fun to hear.
That's my shtick though.
But you did some stuff during last week. Tell us what you did.
Okay, so Thursday night in the Hamptons in Suffolk County on Long Island, Metallica was doing a free concert to promote their Maximum Metallica Sirius XM channel, which launched Friday, and the concert was broadcast this Monday, this past Labor Day. One of my dearest friends, Alan Long, who was a guest on my show, actually the first video episode I did with the hot wing eating contest.
Oh yeah. I remember that.
Man, that double insanity. Oh, that was horrible. But the Alan is a lifelong member of the Metallica fan club. So he got 2 tickets and he's like, "You want one?" I said, "I'll drive." I know that there's some sorry.
That's cool, man.
Yeah. So I know that thank you. I know there's some people on the show who are not Metallica fans. I know there's a lot of fans, metal fans out there that are not Metallica fans. I'm a Metallica fan, and I have no shame in admitting it. And when I saw them on the 72 Seasons tour for the first Friday night in Jersey, I said it then, and I'll say it again. This is a band that does not slow down with age. To have seen them in an intimate area, like the back of Stephen Talkhouse, where there was a tent over us, still hot, but to have seen them there, not that I was there in the 80s, because when Kill 'Em All came out, I was 3, so I can't compare it, but it felt like what it must have been like if you had seen them at like Lemoore in Brooklyn or Lemoore East on Queens Boulevard. They played mostly stuff off the first 5 albums. And they did Fuel and Whiskey in the Jar, and they also did a tribute to Ozzy with the Kirk and Rob Noodle. They were doing Crazy Train, which I thought was really cool. And it's funny because it just hit me on a different emotional level to have heard them play those songs, opening with one of my favorite Metallica songs, Creeping Death, which as they do on most of their shows. Hearing them play Fade to Black this time, I don't know, it just hit differently. It just felt so good to hear it. And the fact I like James saw me and I was like, saying thank you to him for playing this, and he winked at me. I was like, holy crap, James Hetfield just winked at me. So that was pretty cool. Yes, I'm a Hetfield fanboy. I don't care.
You're all stop the show, everybody. Stop the show.
There were a lot of celebrities there. I ended up taking a photo with Chris Jericho, and I said, "Hey, nice to see you made the list."
I'm sure he's
Wayne's the only one that got that. Okay,
he's never heard that before. I'm sure.
Dude, wasn't Paul McCartney there?
He was there.
Yes, but I did not see him.
Jesus, man.
Howard Stern was there, but I didn't care. But Howard Stern was there with the CEO of Warner Brothers Discovery. Now, for anyone who wasn't there, Kirk Hammett, for the last 3 or 4 songs of the set, was wearing a Looney Tunes t-shirt with Bugs Bunny giving the double deuce out. So I don't know if that's a little bit of like some kind of foreshadowing between Howard with the Warner Brothers Discovery CEO and Kirk Hammett wearing the double deuce Looney Tunes shirt with Bugs Bunny on it. So I don't know. I'll leave that to discuss among yourselves. But yeah, man, Metallica was freaking awesome. They were done by 8:00. I got home at 10:15. I was like, good for an old man like me.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
What
Yeah.
time did it start?
6:00.
Wow. Okay.
And of course, Jose Mangin from Sirius Satellite Radio was out there going, all right, guys, here we are. Back to Metallica. I'm like, Jose, you haven't changed since your days at TVT Records, man. Please don't change. The most enthusiastic metal guy. Definitely a notch above Eddie Trunk. Yeah, I said it. Sue me. Anyway, and so I did that on Thursday, and then Saturday, I actually went to the movie theater and saw the new Toxic Avenger film with Peter Dinklage as Toxie.
How was that?
Bloody as hell, and I loved every second of it.
Oh, very good.
It kind of it felt like a big budget trauma movie. You know, like most trauma movies don't have a budget of over $500,000. Yes, I said $500,000. This actually had like the feel of a big budget film. And, you know, I couldn't believe they shot it in Bulgaria and it was completed. The, you know, principal photography finished pre-COVID and I loved it. The first Toxic Avenger film is probably one of my top favorite films of all time. I give it a 10 out of 10. As far as remakes go, and I hate remakes, I love this. I thought it was a great film. They took a different take on the Toxic Avenger, and it was perfect. I give it a 10 out of 10.
Very cool. Andy, you went to a concert too this actually last week.
Yeah, Thursday through Sunday I was at Rocklahoma, which was fun. Thursday was just the nighttime, and we saw Lita Ford and Sebastian Bach. But Sebastian Bach was really good, and so was Lita Ford. But they were really fun. And Friday was 11:30 to about 12, which was a long day. But we got to see Alice Cooper that night, Marilyn Manson, which Marilyn Manson was really good. I liked his set. You know what? I was very surprised by The Darkness. You know, I only know that one song that they hit it big, but the dude plays a mean guitar, man. I was very surprised by their set. It was very good.
Definitely got to pick up their albums if you don't have them.
You're a fan, Wayne?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. So am I.
Yeah, so I really liked their set. And then Tom Morello was there too.
I'm
Tom
sorry.
Morello has a son that's like 14 and plays just like him.
Yeah, he played on the Ozzy tribute with what's Jack Black.
Yeah, he did that. They recreated that After Hours.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And the cool part about that was that when he played the Rage Against the Machine songs, he didn't have anyone singing. He just played it instrumentally, which was pretty cool because I like those parts. I think Tom Morello is a really good guitar player. And then on Saturday, if I can remember right, Saturday was kind of a lame day. And then
Pretty Boy Floyd and Bang Tango and all those types of bands there.
No. It was nothing like that. It was like
okay.
I don't know. I've never heard of this band. They were called Star Set. Oh, dude. They were more about
Down Kitty.
Dude, come on, for real. And then Saturday, and then Sunday was a lot of rain, so there was a lot of, maneuvering here and there. Even though they didn't call off the show because there was no lightning, it was just a lot of rain. But it was a fun time, and
So
I might
Saturday
go
was
again.
Saturday was like no main acts.
Yeah, but it was like Hinder,
Oh, okay.
and I think the main act was oh, what's the name of that band? Oh well, I forgot the name of that band.
Like
Do you remember any of
2000s
their
type.
hits?
Yeah, hold on.
You know, it's funny. Like Rocklahoma used to be like the mecca for like a lot of the
80s
80s
band.
and early 90s hard rock and metal bands, and
Yeah,
a
it's
lot
not
of
anymore.
oh, it's not. So they change. Well,
It's
if
not
they
like
have Hinder on.
Oh,
they
like
changed the
Saturday
format.
Breaking Benjamin was the headliner,
Oh, okay.
Oh, I like them. I like
and
Breaking Benjamin.
a 3 Days Grace,
Mhm.
and then a bunch of other guys. Oh, do you know who was really good too? Was that Aaron Jones?
Aaron Jones, yeah.
Aaron Jones, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a really good guitar player. And they had a Van Halen cover band called Fan Halen, which was the only
Oh,
cover band that they had. It was Fan Halen. They only played rock songs, and they dressed the part and all that. It was pretty cool, actually.
yeah, they're like the biggest Van Halen tribute on the West Coast. So,
Oh well, yeah, I think they're kind of worldwide actually, and they got their
possibly
music
at this point.
on stream. Yeah, so it was a good time, and I got to meet my buddy Jerry Soupy. He met me out there.
Hey, Jerry.
Yeah, I saw him posting pictures on that. Yeah,
Yeah,
very cool.
He looks good now. Jerry, congratulations on taking
yeah,
control
man,
of
he
your
lost a
health,
lot of
man.
weight. Yeah,
Man,
yeah,
that's wonderful.
it's crazy. We would go out to eat. He would get an appetizer, and then I would be all like, "Oh, what do you have on extra calories, sir?" I completely opposite. I was all like, that's an appetizer, right? I was like, okay, well, go ahead. But no, man, Jerry in person is a very nice guy. He was
Yeah.
very nice. What you see on camera is what you get in person.
It was just you two that
Yeah, I
went?
like him.
It was just
Yeah.
you? Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was just us.
All right, cool.
Yeah, cool,
Separate
cool.
motel rooms. So
No, I'm
Yeah,
saying
right.
I thought Molly
I get that out.
Same bed.
Molly was going too or something, but
No, Molly didn't go.
okay.
Because Molly just got a new job recently, so she doesn't have that much vacation time.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Very cool. Over the weekend, I went to upstate New York to Stormville. There's a big flea market that they have a couple months throughout the year, throughout the summer. And then after that, we went to another flea market in Connecticut. So the one in Connecticut, I didn't get too much stuff, but the one in Stormville, I got quite a bit of stuff, a lot of records, and Stan wanted to know what I got. Most of the stuff I posted on Facebook, so you guys already know. But this is a tribute to Thin Lizzy. It's called "The Boys Are Back in Town," and it's got Ozzy and
Ozzy covering what song?
I don't know. It doesn't say who covered what. It just says Ozzy, Whitesnake, Rainbow, Motorhead.
No. It's members of Ozzy, Rainbow, Motorhead covering it.
Yeah. Musicians appearing from the following bands. Yes, Motorhead, Ozzy, Rainbow.
Got to read the fine print.
Yeah, you do. But I figured it'd be kind of cool. I never heard of this, so I grabbed it.
That is cool.
Is it any good?
No, it's cool that you got it. I've never heard it.
Oh, you never. Oh, I thought you said you heard it. All right.
Nah.
I guess this is like a DVD of Annihilator, 10 Years in Hell. So one of their concerts. I don't know. I got a lot of this stuff was like really cheap. The guy was like $3, 3 CDs for like $5. So I couldn't.
That's great that you got an Annihilator live DVD because they're never gonna freaking tour the states ever.
Yeah, that's all right. Testament, the Spitfire collection. I really didn't need it, but as I said, it was like cheap. So this I found Cradle of Filth, the principle of evil made flesh.
Oh,
they're in the news lately. So I had to get that. And I got that for $8 and it sells for like 25. So I got a pretty good deal.
Oh wow.
Vinnie Vincent Invasion, All Systems Go.
What's Cradle of Filth in the news for? I don't know. What's the news story?
Oh, you don't know?
The guitar player quit over contractual disputes, and Danny was like, I don't give anyone reasons to have contractual disputes. It is what it is, and apparently now there's a big like mudslinging contest between Cradle of Filth and ex-members. Oh well, Danny is Cradle of Filth. So
yeah, I think most of the band's leaving. I think one of the members, a drummer or bass player, somebody mentioned he was going to leave after the tour, and then he got fired. So
sounds like he's on the verge of a Timo style meltdown. That's what it seems to me.
Pretty much. Vinnie Vincent Invasion, the first album.
You bought it. I don't believe it.
It was part of that deal. How can I leave it there? It was brand new. It was still sealed.
Just cover your ears.
Slaughter the Wildlife is a remastered version. Got a bunch of bonus tracks on it.
That one actually has some decent songs on it.
Yeah, I like that one. I just wish it sounded like the first album. So I like the way the first album sounded. That one they like got rid of like the big like boomy sound that they had. Triumph Thunder. What the hell is it called?
Thunder 7.
Thunder 7.
That's a great album.
I got
That
a
is
bunch
one of
of
their best.
You got a
Yeah.
bunch of Triumph there.
I got a bunch of Triumph stuff. Triumph.
Just the game.
Live at the
I
US
don't know.
Festival?
That
Oh
one.
no, that's not it.
No,
No.
Just the
that's
game.
just the game.
Just the game.
Just the game.
Yeah.
Sport of
I
Kings.
can't.
Sport
I
of
need my
Kings.
glasses. I can't read. So you guys have
Sport
to
of
tell me.
Kings.
I've never seen him
In
with
the,
glasses.
in the beginning, I think. I think that's in the beginning there.
In the beginning, yep. And this is Herman Z. German. Take it as it comes.
Oh, cool.
I've heard of him. What is he from? I can't remember.
I don't know, but that's a
Oh, okay.
Scorpions.
All right.
I'm-
Yep, yep, yep.
That's
He's
a
a
very bad double entendre.
Herman Z. German.
No, take it as it comes. It's like, oh
Yeah.
god.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
And I asked him about that, and he said, "Oh, don't you know that's the life that I was living? There was girls everywhere." And I want to say, I hope they were of the age of consent, Herman. I'm just saying, you know. Like,
Yeah.
we don't know. Just remember the album cover for Virgin Killer was very, very creepy, but he wasn't on that one.
On Sunday, I didn't, like I said, I didn't get much, but some guy had a bunch of like singles.
25.
And I was going through the bin and I noticed they were all Kiss singles. So I grabbed them all. They were only $1 each. And I paid him $5. There was like 7 or 8 of them here.
Wow.
Ace Frehley, Snowblind, and
Nice.
Kiss, Hard Luck Woman, and I Was Made for Loving You, Christine 16, Tomorrow and Tonight, Heaven's on Fire. There was 2 Heavens on Fire. So if anybody wants
What's
a
on the
Heaven's on
flip
Fire,
side of those? Are
Really?
they
You're gonna
really
make me go
B-sides? Are they
Loneliest
really
Anthem?
B-sides or just tracks
No,
off the
they're
album?
tracks off the album. Early
Okay.
tracks. Yeah, there's nothing. I thought maybe there would be something hidden I haven't heard before, but
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I was thinking because it was still the 70s and B-sides.
yeah. This other guy, he was like wanting to get rid of all the records that he had there, so everything was like $4 or whatever. So I saw this. It's called The Numbers of some bands, a punk band, and usually punk stuff like kind of because I sell stuff on eBay, so I try to find like punk things that might be kind of rare. So I grabbed it. It's not rare at all, but it's actually pretty good. It's not bad at all. Check it out. The Numbers.
What are they like?
It's a punk band, so they all sound the same. Blackfoot, Vertical Smiles. I bought. Not really a huge Blackfoot fan, but we had the bass player from Blackfoot on the Almost Human.
Smiles.
Yeah.
I see why.
Yes, you see why.
Yeah.
We had the
Oh
bass player on
my
Almost
god, I can tell from here.
That's a good one.
Human.
Just take it as it comes.
Oh, for God's sakes.
That's a good album right there, dude.
Blackfoot.
Blackfoot.
Striker.
Yeah.
Yep.
Was that Strike?
Yep.
Yeah.
The Purple Machine Head.
Oh yeah.
But you hate Deep Purple.
No, I've got. I'm into them now. I got.
You don't
it.
like Deep Purple?
It clicked. It
Hell
finally
is-
clicked.
Hell's frozen over.
Hell
I
has
was the
frozen
same way.
over. I got this for my wife. She likes Ryan Adams, so she wanted the new Ryan Adams album.
Ryan Adams.
Ryan Adams,
Not-
not Brian Adams. Yep. Uriah Heep. How do you say this? Abominagog.
Abominagog.
Yeah. So that was
Yeah,
pretty
good
cool.
one, man.
That is a good one. I never see that anywhere. Ingve Malmsteen, Rising Force,
Good
Odyssey.
one. I love that album, man.
With Jolyn Turner on vocals.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one woman was selling a bunch of shit, and I just happened to look down and I saw 2.
I'm sorry.
queens,
Is this is just from this weekend?
This is just from this weekend. I'm not
What the
even
fuck?
done yet, Stan.
Yeah.
So I saw like 2 Queensryche albums. I'm like, holy shit, Queensryche. I've been looking for the Warning on vinyl. I have it on CD and cassette.
And now you got 2 copies.
No, I
Oh,
have
wow.
3. I have 3 because these 2 were sealed. And she wanted $50 for them. And she's like, I said to her, would you take 40? And she's like, you know how much they go for? I'm like, yeah, but how about if I buy 2? And I said, how much of a deal would you give me there? And she goes, how about 90? I said, how about 80? So she's like, all right. So I got them both for $80.
There you go,
40 each.
Hagler.
Yeah. This I bought a couple weeks ago for $10, but then I found it again for $4. I think this one's a little bit better condition than my other one.
Does it actually have the record in there? Because I think the
The
last
record-
time you bought.
Yes, I checked this time. It's
Okay, good. Because the last time you bought a stereo was Pyromania in there.
Yes. Did I tell you I did go back to that sale and I got the actual record?
No, I never knew that. I
Yeah,
never knew
yeah,
there was
he-
a
he-
happy conclusion to it.
There was, yeah. He actually had Pyromania still in his pile, so that the Hysteria was in Pyromania. So I just switched him. He was cool with it.
Maybe I should have said happy ending to go along with vertical smiles
Yeah, you
and take it
should've.
as it comes. I don't know.
Yeah.
White noise.
Good one,
Um,
man. That's a good one.
Yeah, this is a really cool one. Anthrax
Great
Sound of
one.
White Noise. I went to a record shop after the flea market that I found around the corner from the hotel, and this was like $30. It usually goes for like $42, $45. So I couldn't leave it there for 32. Been wanting it. Only thing I don't like is they changed like the whole inside. It's different from like the actual album. It's a different picture. There's no lyrics inside, so I was a little disappointed about that.
But I thought that was the same photo that was inside the CD.
It's kind of the same photo. It's just it's different. You'd have to see. I'd have to show it to
Oh,
you. There's
okay.
two different ones. Love is for Suckers. I found there. This is $20. That's not too bad.
It's not a good album.
It's not, but I like a couple songs off it. And it was the last one I needed on vinyl. This is Ghost. It's a bootleg. This is of the first demo and some live songs. So that was pretty cool.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I'm not even a Ghost fan, but that's cool.
Yeah. And I found at that record shop another Queensryche The Warning for only $25. So you know what that means.
That you're gonna
You're sell it on
They're
eBay.
gonna mail me one, right?
Yeah, okay. Send me $100 and I'll send it right to you.
Shut up.
I'm keeping this
Try
one.
to
The other two
haggle.
are going on eBay.
By
I
the way,
got
funny.
one on cassette.
Another? You got more? Oh, you got Wasp
Yeah,
Last
three
Command.
more.
Nice.
Wasp
Last
Last
Command.
Command. Yep, I happened to find that. I didn't think that was going to be there. There was a lot of other records that weren't metal at all, and that just happened to be there. Alice
Village
Cooper.
People, their new wave album. Oh, it's Alice
No,
Cooper.
Easy Action. Alice Cooper.
Yeah. I need that one.
And
That's my
two
last
more.
one.
This is a bootleg. Merciful Fate, Brat Matzes. Pretty cool. All the old Merciful Fate bootlegs all are the same show and shit like that.
That's
So
a
kind of
ridiculous
analogous.
looking album cover.
I know, right? It looks like Hugh Hefner. It's weird.
Or I would have said Merv Griffin, but that's fine. Or whatever.
I did think he's more Hugh Hefner. And Uriah Heep, Equator. Found that for.
Oh, I've never seen that.
$2. Me neither. It's another
What's
one
that? A compilation?
I have no idea.
I don't think that's a album. I've never heard of that album.
Neither
title.
did I. It was $2, so I grabbed it.
Huh.
I'll have to check it out later on.
Yeah.
Anything else? I think that's it.
Let me
By the
know
way,
how that goes.
It's funny how you can pull out an Ingve album. I actually own Ingve Malmsteen, the MXR overdrive pedal.
Look
I
at
do
that.
not sound like Ingve Malmsteen.
Neither should you.
He was an influence growing up. I'm not gonna lie. Wait,
Alright.
half the shit I've done for Severed Angels almost like a ripoff. I mean, come on, what are you talking about?
No,
He's a
stop.
great guitar player.
Yeah.
What would you rather I sound like Vinnie Vincent?
Yeah, of course.
You're retarded, bro.
Anybody got anything else before we get into Van Halen?
Oh, you know what? I was cool to. I was excited to find this because I've got I have part 1 on cassette and then part 2 on vinyl. So it was cool to get the double album of the Beatles rock and roll music. I don't
Okay.
know if you can see that.
Oh, wow, that's a rare
Yeah.
find.
Yeah, it was. Oh, I didn't even know I paid that much for it. Jesus Christ.
He didn't get a bargain for it.
No, oh no. I pay the price that's on there, but
Oh
I
God, you
usually
got to go
don't-
with me.
but I usually don't pay that much for records, but
I never pay what people want.
it was 15. That's not bad.
I'll
Oh,
buy
that's
one
not
for
bad.
20, 2 for 50.
It's funny when I bought those two Queensryche records. I guess there was a guy. I don't know if it was her husband or whoever the hell it was. He was around the corner, and he heard me haggling with the price with the woman. So after I left, he comes around and he's like, "How much did you sell them for?" I'm sure she got beat when she got home. I don't know what the hell that was about, but they're mine now. So tough noogies. All right.
I ordered the new the Hives album, Forever the Hives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the Hives.
Me too.
I like them a lot.
Yeah. I already heard the album, so it's really cool, and so looking forward to getting that.
Yeah, I like that whole scene of the 2000s of New York. All that
They're
was.
from Sweden, bro.
Oh, okay, sorry, but that whole scene, you know what I'm talking about? That sound.
Yeah. That
Garage
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
I mean, the Strokes were a New York band, definitely.
Right,
Yeah.
Strokes, yeah.
They're good too.
Strokes were fantastic, yeah. I like
All
them too. Even Albert Hammond Jr. had some really good solo albums too.
All right, now as Al looks at the albums, let's
No,
get
since
into
people. No, I went to I've been addicted to thrift stores lately, so I got this Jimi Hendrix box set,
Oh,
Okay.
dude, no
and
way!
it was only like $5. So
No way!
Which one
Yeah.
is it?
That's a
Because
steal.
what is it?
Lifelines,
I wonder if
the
that's the
Jimi
one I'm
Hendrix
trying to.
story.
But you said it's a box set. So of which albums? Is studio albums or was this like the compilations?
It's compilation. It's like it's like live stuff on here. I think disc 4 here is the LA Forum concert. Um, uh, I think a lot of it's live stuff.
Okay, his life
Um,
is fantastic. I love
yeah,
those.
because it says introduction, testify, Lordy, Miss Claudie. I'm a man like a Rolling Stone, Red House, Hey Joe,
Yeah.
blah 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 blah. So, but for $5, man,
Oh yeah, definitely.
shit, Hendrix, man,
Can't go
that's the
wrong.
shit right there. So.
By the way, before we do the Van Halen reviews, unless you have anything else you want to
No,
show,
no.
guys.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Oh, cool.
I just want to give some love to my late friend, Larry Foreman, who was the lead singer of the Long Island metal band Jack Pipe. We unfortunately lost Larry, not Labor Day, but the previous Monday. He didn't tell anyone that he had cancer and lived in silence with it. And the only reason why he was in the hospital is because he had a fall at his house and went into a coma. Larry is that's why I'm wearing my Decay and Decadence shirt tonight, because I met Larry through Decay and Decadence. He was really quick funny story. So I brought my Steinberger with me to the first show that I ever did. You know, the guitar that Wayne hated because it was headless, and I had it in a banjo case. And Larry's the first guy that comes up to me. He goes, "Who the fuck brings a banjo case to a metal concert?" I go, "I do. This is why." And I popped out my Steinberger. He's like, "Who the fuck brings a headless guitar to a metal concert?" And we hit it off. He was like the Billy Milano of the Long Island, music scene out here. And, I really took to him because he had a great sense of humor. He had a great demeanor. I was heartbroken when I found out the next Decay Decadence show that we're doing in November in Brooklyn is going to be a dedication to Larry. And I just wanted to throw him some love, and to all the guys in Jack Pipe and Larry's family. Sincerest condolences from me and Ratsai Review. Larry, thank you for being a friend, and I'll miss you, buddy.
Sad to hear.
Sorry for your loss, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Never met him, but
really nice.
Yeah. All right. Now let's get to Van Halen. Shall we?
Fuck.
Yeah, I know we got after this 2 more albums. I can't wait till it's over.
Can't wait till this is over.
Hey, this is a much quicker discography than Ozzy and Halloween. So
yeah, but I like those discographies. This one's getting kind of like, all right, I'm ready for the end on this one. I'm going first for a change, all right, because Greg's not here and he can't talk over me, so I'm going first.
well, the reason why you're wrong is I'm sorry, go ahead.
Had me fooled there for a second.
I almost thought he was here.
Holy shit.
I was close.
That was good. That was
Thank you.
But I actually do like this album. I think this album it's very heavy. The guitars are heavy, and the Alex's drum work is awesome on this album. This is almost kind of like not like the old days, obviously, but maybe a little similar to Fair Warning, like with that darker tone, I guess, to it. And it starts off with Pound Cake, which is it's when it first came out, I was like, all right, whatever. But the chorus is really catchy, and the song has grown on me over the years, and it is a really good song. And it's very Led Zeppelin sounding ish, I think, especially like the way Alex, especially the way Alex plays the drums and stuff. It's very John Bonham ish.
Yeah.
So it's a really great song. Judgment Day is pretty cool. Then it starts to go down here with that freaking song Spanked. that is retarded.
Spanked.
I'm sorry. Yeah. The lyrics, I don't. If you listen to like the things that he's saying in there, I'm like, what is wrong with this guy?
I never listened to the lyrics, so I don't know.
Oh my god, it's just terrible. But then it gets better with Run Around. I like that. Pleasure Dome's actually pretty cool. I like the drums in that one too. He does some really interesting stuff in that. In and Out, Man on a Mission, Dream is Over, Can Get Thrown Away. Right Now, I actually did not like that song when it first came out, but as I got older, I really started to appreciate that song, and I think it's really good. It's a really it's another catchy song.
Is it Crystal Pepsi or Sprite? It's right.
They don't have Crystal Pepsi no more.
I know they don't.
It was around the time that they did that. Yeah, because they used Right Now for that commercial, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That didn't last long though, Crystal Pepsi.
No, they tried to bring it back a few times.
Wait, you know how weird it was when I said Van Halen and someone said, "You mean the Crystal Pepsi band?" I'm like, "That's how you remember?"
Oh my god!
Right?
Oh my god! I forgot all about that.
I did too.
It's amazing what people remember. Continue.
And Standing on Top of the World, it's one of my favorite Van Halen songs, to be honest with you. So they ended the album pretty well. Not a huge fan of the album. There's some songs on here I could do without, but this one's better than definitely OU 812-90310. Andy, since you weren't here last week, I'll let you go next.
Yeah, for Unlawful Carnal Knowledge, an album that was released in 91. 91. I was a sophomore in high school. All right. So when this album came out, I liked it a lot at the time, but as time has gone by, it's fallen a little bit down on my notches on Van Halen albums. I wasn't here last week, but I just want to say how much I love 5150 and OU 812. I think OU 812 is one of their brighter moments. But let's talk about For Unlawful Carnal Knowledge. So the songs here, they're okay. I really like their hit songs on this album.
Mm-hmm.
The deep tracks were okay. They were saved by the great Eddie Van Halen because some of them are cheesy, but they have really good guitar work on them. Mm-hmm. The same thing with Alex. He did a good job on this album. So Pound Cake, it's an all right song. I guess they kind of miss David Lee Roth's innuendo songs right here. They just come right at it. Pound Cake, okay. Judgment Day is all right. You're right. Spanked is just a waste of time. But so is Run Around. I never liked Run Around from the beginning. I think very repetition. Ugh. It's like, when is this song going to end? But Pleasure Dome is a really good guitar work on there. The lyrics and vocals are just okay, but again, Eddie Van Halen was there to save the day. And the same thing with In and Out. The song In and Out reminds me a lot of the 5150 title track, is what In and Out reminds me of.
Yeah.
The Dream is Over is just okay. Right Now, I remember when that came out, I loved the video. They had all those great messages of how to be and how to live one another. So Right Now has always been one of my favorite songs by them. And Top of the World, that's the way this album ends, and it's a great song. It's a perfect Van Halen song with Sammy Hagar at the vocals. So I would give this album like 3 stars out of 5. It's not one that I turn to that much when I'm listening to Van Halen, but when a song comes on the radio or whatever, especially like the hit songs off this album, I get into those pretty good.
Yeah, I think they picked some good songs to be the singles for it. So
yeah, they really did.
Yep. Al.
Yeah, I remember when it came out, I was already a year out of high school, so I graduated in '90s, so '91 came out. I remember going to the there was a record store by my house called Vintage Vinyl. They closed before I moved down here, but they were open
in Jersey, right?
Yeah, Vintage Vinyl. Yeah,
so
they
Did
were
you ever go to
open
Princeton Records Exchange when you were out there?
Oh, they're still there.
Yeah, they're still there. Yeah.
Yeah, they're still there, man.
Yep.
They're like probably the oldest record store in Jersey now.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Good story.
Vintage
Vinyl. A lot
Vinyl
of shit from there.
Did you go to? Oh yeah, because
Yeah,
you
I've
took
been
trips
only
there,
in.
right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I've been there a few times.
Vintage vinyl. So I went there because I used to go there all through high school and buy, CDs and records and whatever. And so I went and I bought, and I couldn't find a CD. I think I still have it packed away, but it's another CD I have. I still have the long box. Remember the
Oh
cardboard
yeah,
long
yeah.
boxes?
Yeah.
So I still actually have it. Um, and I remember hearing Pound Cake on the radio before yeah, there you go.
Not a Van Halen one, but this is what it looks
That,
like, kids. Back
yeah,
in the days, we used to have the
kids.
long box.
Yeah.
The
Wow,
CD used to be in here.
you found a Crimson Glory long box.
Yeah,
That's
years
crazy.
ago. Yeah, years ago. Yeah.
That's probably
I
worth
still have
money,
it.
man. Most of
Don't
them
tell
are.
anybody.
What?
Don't tell anybody.
Oh,
Yeah, I got a couple. I got King Diamond, the Dangerous Meeting one. This Exodus one, from a shitty album, another Exodus one, and a Spinal Tap one.
nice.
Oh
Break
yeah.
like the wind.
Their new, their new movie's coming out soon, right? Like next week or something.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I think
I don't know
September
if it's
10th or
next week,
something.
but yeah, it's soon. All right, continue. I'm sorry, I sidetracked
No, it's
everything.
all right. So, I remember hearing Pound Cake on the radio. That was the first single that
Mhm.
came out. I remember seeing the video and hearing it on the radio. And I remember they had a radio special. Um, Actually, they had a live from Hard Rock Cafe. They did like a little mini concert there,
Hmm.
and I remember it being broadcast on the radio. I have a recording of it actually, and I never see it out there. Like I never see it out in like the trading circles or anything. So I don't know. Maybe nobody else recorded it or something. I mean,
Maybe.
maybe I got something rare or something. I don't know. Anyway, so a pound cake. I mean, I dig this. So I remember hearing the drill, and as soon as I heard the drill, I'm like, oh, he's kind of doing
Paul
what
Gilbert.
yeah. I heard because I saw Mr. Big open for Rush in '90, and Paul Gilbert did the drill bit
Hmm.
in concert. So, but he did it a little different though. He had picks on the end of the drill, so he could do like the tremolo picking like super fast. You know,
Hmm.
Eddie was just kind of taking the motor of the drill and kind of putting it over the pickups and stuff. So,
Yeah.
um, Judgment Day, I would say that one's probably one of my favorite songs on the album. When I heard that one, I was like, wow, they got pretty heavy again, man. Like they're kind of low. They got back to more a harder edge sound, which pleased me because after a while, it was just kind of like they've been just getting too soft with Sammy, you know.
Right,
So,
right. Yeah, and this album
so
seemed like when they gelled more with Sammy on this album. I think they finally like got it with this.
yeah.
Hmm.
And well, the fact that they also brought Ted Tellman back to do parts of the production of this too,
Hmm.
because he is part of the production team on this.
Right.
Ted Tellman, Andy Johns, as well, who worked with Zeppelin, because he worked with Alex to get kind of that more Bonham sound. Because he was I think Alex's drums are the best sounding thing on this album. I think
Yeah, I think so
the
too.
bottom end really, like Mike's bass and Alex's drums really were brought up a lot in the mix, man. So
Yeah.
which is cool to hear.
Yeah, it
Um,
does have that Zeppelin sound to him. Yeah.
Eddie's guitar tone was a bit different on this though because I read that his main Marshall head was getting repaired during this time, so he had to use Soldano amps
He
for the
did.
recording of this album. You could kind of tell. I mean, obviously it's still Eddie, but you could tell the tone is still a bit different. His guitar tone, you
Right.
know. So I remember reading in one of the Guitar Worlds or Guitar for the Practicing Musician or something like that. You know that he had to use a different amp setup, different heads. So Spanked, it's kind of like a silly song. Run Around, I'm with Andy. I was never huge on that song, man. You know, it's catchy, but I don't know. I just never really was one of my favorites on there. I did like Pleasure Dome on there, In and Out. The deep cuts, some of the more deeper cuts I do like on this. The Dream Is Over, I like that song. I love the background vocals and the harmonies on that. I thought it was a very catchy tune. I thought that could have made a good single. Right Now is a good song. You know, again, like the two or three times that Sammy actually kind of hunkers down and actually puts some thought into lyrics, he can kind of get
Right.
a little bit going. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's a little more of a serious song. 316, he did it for his son Wolfgang. He used to open his solos up even on the 5150 tour with that kind of opening the acoustic the 316 instrumental. So that dates back, way before this album. So
Mm.
and Top of the World is was a good single. I thought that was a good way to end the album. And it says that, the ending of Jump, like the guitar chords he's playing is the beginning of this. He kind of used
Hmm.
that as
Okay.
the
Yeah.
basis for this song. So
He did.
um so yeah, for me, this is a big step up from OUA12. Uh,
Okay.
I welcome the return to a more guitar oriented. Because if you notice, right now is the only keyboard song. It's not even keyboards, piano. So they
Right.
they kind of stripped all the keyboards away from this album, which was good, and kind of like I guess for the time, going
Yeah,
into
it
the
was kind
early
of done
'90s
with
with
the
the rise
keyboards
of
and stuff.
everything changing,
Yep.
it was kind of a good choice on their part. So.
Yeah.
I think
So
so.
I like the album. I think I rated when I rated the Hagar albums. We did a show one time where we rated the Van Hagar catalog. I think I put this at number 3 out of the 4. So
Not a bad place.
yeah,
It's also kind of amazing how in 1991 with grunge movement and all this music, that Van Halen was still one of the top bands in the world at that time.
yeah.
Mm.
I saw him on his tour with Alice
Yeah.
in Chains opening when Alice in Chains only had their first album out.
Okay.
And I made sure I was already a big fan of Alice in Chains, so I made sure I got there early and caught them, and they were awesome. It was just it's the only time I ever got to see the original Alice in Chains with Lane,
Oh
and
wow.
actually Mike Starr was still in the band too, the bass player.
Wow.
So the original 4 from the facelift and Dirt era, it was the facelift tour
Mm.
actually. So they
Sap
didn't.
wasn't out at the time.
Um, Sap might have been out actually. Yeah, I think now that you're because I saw them in October of '91, so I think Sap was out. So yeah, the
Hmm.
EP was out. The first album and the EP. So yeah, they were great. I loved it, man. So
Mental Jewel in the chat says, "Love the Scream and Pleasure Dome. Got to listen for it. Great tune." Yeah, it is.
I'm good. And whoever's next.
Stan.
Looking very
Um,
Candlemass tonight. I like it.
Yeah.
yeah, I really
Are
like
you
Pound
bewitched?
Cake. What?
Are you bewitched?
Not tonight.
You
No,
see-
now he's
you
bothered and
didn't,
bewildered by that
you didn't
statement.
get it.
Anyway,
You
go
didn't
ahead.
get it.
Um, yeah, I really like the idea of like using that power drill to start the album. It's really cool. They've been doing the like the synth heavy stuff on OU812 previously, and then and now it's like new album out, and hey, we're gonna use the power drill now. So less keyboards, more power tools.
Well,
But so,
And
but
then in
anyway,
'92 we had Jackal with the Lumberjack song.
yeah, when you mentioned that, this kind of sounded like Zeppelin too. I mean, Andy Johns produced this, so he's connected to Zeppelin.
yeah, that's where that
And
came in.
I really like the use of like the 12-string guitar. I think it really fills out the song really nicely. It makes a difference actually. This is actually my favorite song on the album, Pound Cake. I really like it. I like the little parts, like
Yeah, that's
and
what makes the
all
song.
that
Yeah.
stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, like that's what makes the song memorable to me. Like these little catchy melodies.
Yep.
Judgment Day. It almost sounds like thrash. It's like really fast, really heavy. I think like Alex, he like uses like double bass on this one.
Hmm.
So it almost sounds like a metal song, so it's really cool. Spanked, I thought it was like a funk tune. It sounded like a sleazy like porno song
Yeah.
almost.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's actually okay. I mean, I know you guys don't like it, but I actually like Spanked. Round and Round's alright. I mean, Pleasure Dome, dude. Like Alex Van Halen's drumming on Pleasure Dome was pretty fucking good.
It really is.
Dude, dude went fucking crazy. Balls out on this. I also think he's got like one of the most memorable kind of sounds in
Mhm.
general.
Yep. Nobody
Like
had
when
his
you
drum sound.
like
That
when you
snare, the snare drum sound, man.
the
Yep.
snare drum sound, like when you hear it, that it's Alex Van Halen.
Hmm.
No matter what. But
Absolutely.
yeah, I like Pleasure Dome. In and Out. Unfortunately, it's not about the burger place. Uh,
Which I
eh,
wish we had one on the East Coast.
yeah. Uh, we got a fucking Five Guys, but it's not as great. So,
No.
We
Man
got
on a
Chick-fil-A.
Mission. Eh, Man on a Mission. Eh. not my thing. Dream is over, not as memorable right now. Second best tuna. I mean, I like the singles. What can I say? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but
Yeah, they shine the most.
catchy piano melody, and you got the nice chorus. Good message in the song too. And even Eddie said, like, this was the song that he was the most proud of on this album. Anyway, uh, 316. Yeah, that one was written for Wolf. And Top of the World is pretty cool. And you guys remember that, like I remember being a kid and seeing the Pound Cake video.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, wow, it's a lot of hot chicks here.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's like the Slaughter Up All Night video.
Yeah. Damn, you
Yeah.
remember that? Oh my
Of course I
God.
remember that. Come on. How can you forget that?
That was also a great album that they did.
I love
Slaughter.
I love that album.
Yeah, that was one of the first things I ever heard.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, it's a decent album. I like that it's like heavier than the others. I guess this is their, like, their fair warning with Hagar.
Yeah.
That's
I think so.
Mm,
I feel the same way. Yeah. I said that before. He's just
somebody's
stealing my words.
arguing.
Yeah, who's
no, no,
dog?
no. I'm not arguing.
Oh, whose
I will
dog is
just
barking?
The
I'll-
dogs are barking.
Wolf. I'll bring up that when it comes time to talk about the next album. But
Michael Lynch in the chat here says, as well as the Soldano amp, Eddie also used the prototype PV5150 amp, which then got released when the album came out.
that was one of the
Yep.
worst amps I've ever played.
I'm sorry.
The PV.
The PV5150. The reason why it worked with Eddie, and it shows on this album in Balance, is because he had the Eventide harmonizer to give him that chorus octave effect, which made his tone amazing on these next two albums. Without it, the PV150 is dog shit. My opinion.
Even the later models.
No, because they're made by Fender and they made it to Eddie's specs. So,
Okay.
and Eddie
But the
stopped
early,
using
but the early 5150 amps are.
the ones made by PV specifically are the ones I'm
Alright.
talking about were not good.
And then he started
Um,
using, and then he wasn't it. He starting to use the prototype. Well, the guitars were first made by Ernie Ball, I think, right? His
Right.
first, yeah. I think he used some prototypes on this album too, guitar wise, of those guitars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Ernie Ball still makes that model. It's called
They
the
just call
Axis
now
now.
Axis, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And and then he signed with PV around the time of Van Halen 3.
I made the Wolfgang
And-
guitars.
Right. And PV now sells their own variation of the Wolfgang guitars, which is ridiculously overpriced. I'm sorry. I'm an Eddie fan. I ain't paying $2,500 minimum for a guitar.
Oh, wow.
I'm not that much of a completist.
I'd rather get the Kramer. Yeah.
I had the Kramer. I had a Kramer Beretta special, which was like their $199 one. Just souped it up, played amazing, but I had too many guitars. I had to get rid of it. But I ended up selling it for how much I paid to modify.
Can never
it.
have
So
too many, damn it.
I can't. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can when you live in a house on Long Island. Anyways,
Yeah.
I had a Cosmo Kramer. But anyway, Lou, go ahead.
when I first heard this album in '91, summer of '91, I listened to it every day because I was that much of an Eddie Van Halen fan. I will, I wasn't crazy about Sammy's singing or his lyrics, but I loved Eddie's playing. There are a lot of high marks on this album. One of them being the return of Ted Templeman, the sound of Alex's drumming, Eddie's guitar tone, which I, still find influence for this album, absolutely do. And a lot of the songs written musically, probably some of the stuff that I love listening to from Eddie. The high marks for me, Pound Cake definitely, and I like what Sammy does here. Judgment Day, you know, I was definitely influenced by it. Just how he went from like this, almost like chorusy, like full sound to like this rip and riff. Didn't care for Spanx. I'm sorry. Runaround, I like the riff, but the chorus I find annoying. Pleasure Dome, I don't mind the song. I like it, but that intro part and the fact that the song is called Pleasure Dome, you can't tell me that they were not influenced by Rush from the song Xanadu for this song. Because that intro part where he's doing the E major to the F major, that's directly lifted from Xanadu from Rush, right before Getty starts singing. And they say Pleasure Dome here beneath the Pleasure Dome, decreed by Kubla Khan.
I never thought of that, man.
Yeah, I was just like, Eddie, you're ripping Rush off. What are you doing? Leave him alone. Leave the Holy Triumvirate alone.
Lou.
Yeah.
Sammy said that the lyrics came from a dream that he had after he read Kubla Khan. Coleridge's.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Hey, Getty, Alex, sue the bastard for copyright infringement. Anyways. Hey, Rush is golden for me. In and Out, again, like the riff, didn't care for the song. Man on a Mission, Keck. Dream is Over, same thing with In and Out and Runaround. Like the riff, didn't care for the song. I thought Eddie actually had some cool stuff that he was doing there. Right now, I hate it when rock bands get preachy. I don't like it. I'm sorry. I know that that's a beloved song amongst a lot of fans, but I just have a hard time with bands that all of a sudden it's like they reach some kind of enlightenment and they feel the need to like let the world know, kiss my ass. Anyways,
they did make the world better at that time.
Well, here's the funny thing about that video, 92 when they won the VMAs. And apparently that was the year that Howard Stern came out in his Fart Man costume. And if anybody watches the post-show interview after they win the award, Sammy's talking about how much of a jerk that Howard Stern is, and Eddie's talking about how much he liked him. And then Sammy decides
a little spat.
They got into a spat. You never see Eddie buckle down and not talk unless he gets into a spat with someone. And that was the beginning of the end, I think, for this lineup of Van Halen. Because Sammy decided to play Mr. Big Shot with Eddie.
I think the tension started there, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Wow.
Yeah, I saw that interview recently, and I was like, "Whoa, yeah,
yeah." And I saw it then when it first. Premiered.
I didn't remember. I must have saw it then too. I just didn't remember it. But
and I didn't even think anything of it. But having watched it fairly recently and seeing, oh wow, like he, and apparently the argument had to do with Roth because guess what? Eddie and Dave were still on speaking terms, which Sammy didn't like. One thing I have to say about the whole Sammy Dave thing is that it wasn't Eddie who was instigating the fight with Dave. It was Sammy. You notice Eddie never brought up Dave unless Sammy decided to take a crack at him. So whatever. Moving right along. Top of the World. Yeah, it's Jump Part 2. That's as much as I can say about it. Not a bad song. It's a pop song. It's a good pop song. But anyway, I think this album, production wise and songwriting wise, is there with 5150. It's definitely a notch above OU812. For me, I just loved hearing Eddie's tone evolve to what it did. Definitely when he threw that Eventide harmonizer on with the Soldano and then making that a part of his actual live sound, made it for an enjoyable listening experience, And I'm sorry, Alex Van Halen, criminally underrated. He should be up on more
Absolutely.
He never
more
gets
drummers
mentioned
list.
for anything. I
No,
never hear his
no.
name come up for anything
I think
at
he's
all,
one.
ever.
I think
I
he's so
sometimes
underrated, man.
I sometimes wonder if his brother wasn't Eddie, would he be mentioned then? I don't know.
Right? Yeah, I just don't get it. I don't get it.
I remember back in the day in the circus magazines and hit paraders and stuff like that, his name was always in there because they would always do these countdowns.
Mm.
But now that we have like online and like you always see these lists posted on different Facebook stuff, his name's never on there.
Mm-mm.
Not even
Yeah,
the top.
I don't think he's ever won a Drummer of the Year award from Modern Drummer.
Really,
Mm.
it don't make sense. It really just doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
The things that guy can do. It's like I tried even when we did the cover for Atomic Punk. I'm like, because in the middle there he gets like kind of weird and he does all these different off times and then from what the guitars are doing.
Yeah.
Like God, I had to sit there and like figure it out. I had to watch somebody do a cover of it to understand what he's doing because
It's
just,
it's
He's
amazing.
got a
It's amazing that it's amazing the way Alex and Eddie would just lock with each other, man.
yeah.
They just instinctively knew, like seeing them live and just seeing them improvise off each other. They just knew like
They know what
where
they
to
were going
go
to
with
do.
each other.
Right, exactly. It's just
You know,
Yeah,
he's a very nuanced drummer, definitely.
right now I'm in the middle of his brother's audiobook, which he's so far he said nothing but great things about Roth. He thought Roth was, you know, fantastic. But
Yeah.
right now I'm just starting Van Halen 2. Alex is starting to talk about that. So it's pretty cool to hear the in and outs, especially with him and Alex. And I'm sorry, him and Eddie. But I do want to apologize for the last time I said something bad about, his dad should not have been on a recording for a Big Bad Bill song.
right.
But now that I heard this, their dad had a lot to do with their musical upbringing. So
oh yeah,
the song's
Not
still
only that, we would have never had that collaboration without Roth's recommendation.
yeah.
And and even with the tension between both camps at the time, when Jan Van Halen passed away, Dave showed up to the funeral to pay his respects, and they were very civil. The only reason why I think that Alex probably didn't get that award, there's two drummers that I could say that he was probably up against that probably won them instead: Neil Peart and Stuart Copeland. That's the only reason I could think of. And this is before Mike Portnoy, so
yeah, because
All
those two were winning a lot of the awards, man, in the 80s.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Balance. This was kind of, I think this was actually my first, well, the second Van Halen, because I had 1984. I remember I got that. And this I believe was my second one because a friend of mine who really doesn't like music at all, but he ended up liking Aerosmith and Van Halen for some reason. I don't know why, but he really liked Balance. So I said, all right, let me check out Balance. And the only song I liked back then, and the only song I still like today, is Can't Stop Loving You. The rest of this album sucks. Seven Seal.
Can't Stop Loving You.
Really?
That's it.
I gotta hear this.
Okay.
Seven Seal sounds exactly like Pound Cake. It's the same exact song. The guitar is just the same thing. So he's just using things that he's already done, which he's done on other albums too. But like, really, we just heard this song on the last album. So, but Can't Stop Loving You, I actually do like. I think it's catchy. It's just I like the guitar, the way the guitars are, and whatever. But the rest of the song, the coolest thing to me on this whole entire album was the end of Big Fat Money, where the coin is flipping on the table. I love the sound.
Wow.
Otherwise, this album sucks. There's
Haters
so many
gonna hate.
And the other thing too that I noticed is there's a lot of instrumentals on here. There's
three.
1, 2, 3. There's 3 instrumentals, and after that first instrumental, this album gets progressively worse. and then the instrumentals get worse too. This album sucks. I hate it. There's nothing on here besides Can't Stop Loving You that isn't good. And the version I listened to today, because it was on streaming, they had Humans Being at the end of it. And I said, all right, thank God that song was on here. But it's not on the album. So, but yeah,
It's on the special edition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Andy?
Yeah, let me get started. Balance in 1995. I remember the videos. They were kind of domesticated or whatever. But I absolutely love this album. I think Balance is a fantastic album. Yes, Seven Seal might sound like Pound Cake, but it sure is a hell of a lot better than Pound Cake. I like Seven Seal.
Yeah,
Can't Stop
also
Loving
so
You.
now you're saying that I'm just remembering. You know what? The last album sounded so heavy, and then this album was just it was light again, like OU 812. It's like they
Oh,
went backwards.
I don't agree with that, but
It's just not as heavy as the other
Oh
album. But go
no,
ahead.
it's not as heavy as the previous album, but I think it's the better album. Don't Tell Me What Love Can Do. I think is a good song too. I think they go hand in hand with Can't Stop Loving You. Amsterdam is a fun Sammy Van Halen song. Big Fat Money. I think it's really cool too. You know, the coin at the end. I guess that was
Best
needed.
part in the whole album.
But that's a really good song. I like that. Strung Out is a instrumental that ends. I think it ends on one. Not enough is a really good ballad, and I really do like the backing vocals on that. I think it's a good song. Aftershock is
There
a
is enough, and I've had enough.
Aftershock. I think was really good too, and so was Doing Time, and the other two I could do without. But that side one of this album, I think it's great. And also, we need to remember this is 1995. I think they hit this album at the exact right time.
Okay. What about side
So
two?
that's what I think about Balance.
All right. Didn't you just did the first half?
Huh?
You only did the first half.
no, he went into the
No,
second.
no,
You
I went
into
through it.
oh. All right.
Yeah. I went through
I misunderstood what you said.
I mean,
All
He
right.
glossed
oh, well,
over it.
I was kind of quick on side two.
All right.
I
You
was.
should be. You should.
I was.
You did the right thing.
Yeah.
Al.
I
You
did
gotta,
gush about side one, though. Gushed.
Al has a ghost in his house. Again,
That's my cats coming in here.
that's a ghost. That's a ghost.
For my anniversary, my wife actually got me the box set.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I haven't even opened it yet, but it's got the vinyl in here. And then it's got like couple CDs and a Blu-ray and stuff. So
Just throw it right in the trash.
um
Crash. Meow.
I love I this is gonna sound crazy, but this is actually my favorite Sammy era album of Van
Oh
Halen.
my god!
Yeah.
Ow!
It is. I like it even better than 5150.
Well,
Only because I think 5150 didn't age well with me production wise. I don't know why. But I've listened to it recently. I need to get that Japanese version that you guys have. I need to listen to that one. I haven't listened to it yet. So, anyway, Seven Seal I think is a great opener. And I remember seeing this tour, and I think they opened up with this too, with the monks chanting and all that stuff. So I thought it was a good kind of good cool opener. So a little more serious subject matter, for Van Halen, but it was 95, the whole sex, drugs, and rock and roll like wasn't really happening anymore. So
Right.
Can't Stop Loving You, it's a good song, but I think that's one of my lower tier favorites on the album. I don't but I can get they were going for a pop tune. Don't Tell Me What Love Can Do, that was a good one. Amsterdam was a fun one. Big Fat Money. Strung Out was now I read that Strung Out was actually a recording from like I think Eddie from like '83 or something like that,
wow.
and he had in his archives. He was in Marvin Hamlish's mansion, staying there, and he went into his grand piano and he was drunk or whatever and recorded himself. When he went into the actual grand piano, the strings, and I think he had knives and he was just kind of fucking around. I think he ended up ruining his piano, but he recorded it, and I think that was recording was sitting in his uh his vault or whatever. And so he pulled that out as like an intro for Not Enough. So I think that recording actually dates back to '83 if I'm not mistaken.
Mm.
Um Not Enough was all right ballad. I think the ballads I was kind of getting tired a little bit of the Sammy ballads, so that wasn't one of my favorites. So Aftershock, I really love that one. I love Eddie's guitar work in that. Um I thought it was one of the heavier tunes on the album. Uh, Doing Time is Alex's drum solo going into Bullet Bulletitherium. which I think Eddie was. I thought that was kind of Satriani-ish because Satriani was big on the whole instrumental thing. To me, it's kind of almost sounded like a Satriani tune, you know. Um, I love the last two songs, "Take Me Back," "Deja Vu," and "Feeling." I thought they were really good songs. I thought they were great way to end the album. I like the last song, "Feeling," has like pretty dark lyrics in it actually for a Sammy Penn song. Um, Again, like if he put when he puts a little bit of thought into lyrics, he can write somewhat of a half decent lyric. But I mean, I love the album, so and I still do. And I reached, this is the one I reach for the most when I actually, if I'm in the mood to hear a Sammy era, which is not that often anymore, but I do pull that one out still. Um, and and going past this album when it did "Humans Being," I thought that was one of the best Sammy songs ever. I thought if they were going to end the Sammy era by them breaking up, that's like the best song that they did. To be honest with you, I
It
love that
really
song,
was.
man.
Yeah,
I love "Humans Being." That's a great
Yeah,
song.
it's one of my
it was a
favorite
good way to
Van
go
Halen
out.
songs.
Yeah, and to me, like that's the way Eddie his guitar was getting nasty again. I love that. I love that he
Yeah,
was going in that direction, which would end up, when Roth came back for those two songs, you know, I thought he was continuing down that path, and it just makes me wonder. I wish they would have done an album during that era with Dave. That would have been. I think it would have been fucking great. You know, but that whole thing blew up. Anyway, that's my take on it.
very cool. I have a Japanese version of this album too, and I'm just trying to
It's
find
got
it.
crossing over on it.
Yeah,
The
that's
song
what I
crossing
thought.
over as well, which the story on that song I think was recorded during the 5150 sessions.
Mhm.
And Eddie went in and overdubbed more stuff during this era. So I think, like, if I'm not mistaken, I think when you listen to it in headphones, like the one channel is the 86 because you can hear the electronic drums in there.
Mm.
And then I think he overdubbed acoustic drums and some more instruments, and you can hear it on the right. It's a weird like song to listen to on headphones, but it's kind of. I think it was written for a friend of theirs that committed suicide or something like that. So that's a more serious song as well. I like that song too, actually.
I never heard it. All right, Stanley. Hello.
Yep. All right. So I don't like this one as much as the other one. I do like Humans Being. That is a good song.
Yeah.
The Seventh Seal, it's pretty cool. Um, Can't Stop Loving You. I really do like that. Hager does the love songs really well. Um, and Don't Tell Me What Love Can Do. So, according to Hagar, it says he wrote this, for Kurt Cobain.
Hmm.
Uh, so I guess he was just like, inspired by the suicide and somehow just wanted to write something more heartfelt or something about that.
How thoughtful of him.
Yeah, how thoughtful. No, but really, it's actually a really good song. I really like "Don't Tell Me What Love Can Do." Um,
Well, he's telling you what he could do.
yeah. So, it's also I think it's also like one of Van Halen's like heavier songs. It's like tuned down more. Eddie plays a little heavier. Um, I don't like the rest of the album. That's it. That's it. I like the bonus song, "The Humans Being," and I like the first three tracks, and that's it. Everything else just kind of like
It's just,
not
yeah.
as strong.
I agree with you. It's
Not
just
as
like
strong. I mean,
there's
the
nothing
previous
there.
album was much better than this.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. It just didn't keep me hooked.
No, not at all. I
Yeah.
totally
I
agree.
always thought of this album as like kind of the Hagar era Fair Warning because I thought it was darker. I mean, somebody was saying that For Unlawful Carnal Knowledge was the Fair Warning of the Sammy era. I thought this one was more the Fair Warning.
I
Mm.
don't know.
Not
All
not
right.
that not that, but I mean, this album doesn't beat Fair Warning by a long shot.
Right.
Fair
No,
Warning's
not
my
even
favorite
close.
fucking VH album of all time. I mean, nothing's beating that thing. But
But
as far
just
as
the
tone
feel.
and as far as feel and there was tension in the band. So like, Fair Warning had that tension with Raw. This one had that tension with Sammy. So you could tell like things were like, yeah, you could tell that there was tension, man.
There was
And
no
even on
balance
tour
in
when
the
I
band.
saw and even on tour when I saw the tour, man, I don't know. There was definite things going on. So sorry, Stan, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
No, I had
And they were,
nothing to add anymore.
and they were both the four albums, the fourth albums. When
Yeah,
you think about it,
yeah.
they were both number 4.
Yeah.
Well, the biggest point of contention with the band at this point was that Ed Loeffler, the manager, had passed away before this album.
Oh, and they had Ray
And they
Daniels.
had Ray Daniels, who was Rush's manager, and later on Queensryche's manager,
Hmm.
come in and manage the band. And him and Sammy did not get along.
At all.
And a friend of mine, Dave Friedland, aka Froggy, who used to work at WBAB, told me he was at the Jones Beach concert when Van Halen came here with Our Lady Peace in '95, and he was already contemplating then replacing Sammy with Gary Sharon because Extreme had just broken up around that time. So a little bit of trivia there for people who may not know that.
Well, no, they weren't broken up yet because they had Waiting for the Punchline out at the same time. So
In
what?
'94, but by the end of summer '95, they stopped touring behind it.
Okay,
I think so. You
gotcha.
know that he was just trying to do that. He was trying to get his guy in because, like I said, him and Sammy, like fire and water, just did not get along.
Yeah.
And is it my turn now?
It's your
Yeah.
turn.
Okay, cool. So '95, I'm at my friend Steve Penna's house, and we're watching MTV, and they had the premiere of "Don't Tell Me What Love Can Do." And when I heard that palm muted, like single note strike of Eddie's, I was like, "This is not the Van Halen I'm used to." Now, again, fair warning, my favorite album of all time. The song musically reminded me a little bit of it. And then, I'm hearing the lyrical subject matter and I'm thinking, wow, I never thought of Van Halen as like a downer band, but this is like a really downer song. And I did like it, but it wasn't what I was used to from them. I was like, how are you going to put this up against like what they've been doing with Sammy? Like, why can't this be love or when it's love? Because again, I'm thinking, with Sammy, a lot of ballads. So I did get the CD when it came out. Seventh Seal is my favorite opening track to any Van Halen album with Sammy singing on it. I mean, I get the pound cake similarities, but I just prefer this one.
Me too.
I think I'm just saying that from a guitar playing perspective. Can't Stop Loving You. Again, it's a pop song. But it was a weird transition. That's the one thing about the Balance album. Even though it is my favorite of the 4 Van Hagar albums, it is very imbalanced.
Yeah.
There's no balance to it whatsoever.
No.
But yeah, I mean, Can't Stop Loving You. Yeah, it got them on the radio. Good for them. Amsterdam, like the riff, but I just think the lyrical content is kind of dumb.
The whole wham bam, yeah, thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And apparently Eddie hated that.
Yeah,
He was
that was a big point of contention with him too, man. That one because
well,
that's where the Van Halen brothers came from, and he almost felt like Sammy was kind of poking fun at like where they came from or whatever. I think so
yeah. So yeah, Big Fat Money. It's a dumb song, but I guess they had to throw on a happy one just to balance it out. No pun intended, but it just didn't do anything for me. Strung Out and Doing Time. I don't even know why the hell they put it on the record. I mean, I just don't get that. Not Enough. Out of the ballads on the Sammy records, it's the one that I like. As odd as that sounds, I do like the song. I think Eddie's piano playing on it is gorgeous. Aftershock, I don't care for. Ballad Ethereum, I do love this instrumental. It's definitely one of my favorites that he's recorded. Take Me Back, Deja Vu. I'm indifferent to it. Um, it's not memorable for me. But Feeling, the closing track, I liked it a lot, and I think the reason why I liked it so much is because Eddie's playing is so dark and melancholic on it. And at 14, 15, when I first heard this, I was a Type O Negative fan. I liked anything dark and melancholic. So to have my favorite, one of my favorite guitar players do it, I was like, oh yeah, I'm all about that. Crossing Over, I like it. Humans Being, I love. That is my favorite song that Van Halen recorded with Sammy. And it's definitely, one of my favorite Van Halen songs ever. And the other song they did for the Twister soundtrack, Respect the Wind. I don't know why it's credited to Eddie and Alex. I don't hear any drums on it, but
Supposedly
it's a
Alex,
good.
supposedly Alex played like keyboards or something on it.
Okay, possibly, but I do like what Eddie's doing on that. And the three songs they did for the Best of Both Worlds compilation, throwaways.
Oh yeah, no good. No
So
bueno.
yeah, so all in all, I like Balance more than 5150 and For Unlawful Carnal Knowledge. I don't like all the album, but the songs on here that I like them a lot. And again, it's because of Eddie. Now, here's the interesting thing. Everyone talks about the producer of the album, Bruce Fairbairn, I think it was.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it seems like people either love it or hate it. I like the production on it. I think it sounds really full. Alex's drums sound as good as they did on For Unlawful Carnal Knowledge. Eddie's tone sounds amazing. I mean, I think production-wise, it got better for them.
I
But
think
some people don't like it. What do you guys think?
No, I actually like the production of Foreign Lawful and Carnal Knowledge better. I think that had better production, but I do like this album better. Like for some reason, I think just the songs that I like are stronger than. But I think the production of Foreign Lawful and Carnal Knowledge was better. I think Alice's drums sounded better on that album than this one. This one was a little more, shall I say, compressed a little bit, whereas the other one I think breathed a little more.
Well, this was more of a poppy album compared to For Unlawful and Carnal Knowledge.
Yeah.
So it's going to have different.
So from
productions.
90, yeah, and from
Different
91
sound.
to 95, a lot of that loudness wars was starting to creep into, music where, make things louder and more compressed and kind of kill some dynamics, you know. I thought I thought this album suffered a little bit from that. It was not bad, but I'm just saying it doesn't breathe as much as I thought the Fuck album was a better production wise.
The
I
Fuck
had
album.
I had to say that I think the
That's
two
really
songs they
good.
did with Roth for Best of Volume 1
Those sound great.
Those were good. Those were really awesome.
better than anything
Yeah.
on just I'm glad that Humans Being and those two songs are on that album.
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
Hagar sounds really, really, really good on these albums. I mean, I said this last week. Like, he's it's like he starts on a 10 and he just stays there, and it just takes a lot of like energy and stamina to sing like this. Like, it's crazy. And if you look at the videos right now that of him singing live, he still sounds great.
so
Dude's
from a
great.
songwriting standpoint, you can admit that there's some flaws on the four albums, but you still appreciate his singing voice.
Yeah. Why
I can
not?
respect that.
Yeah, I
I
never
mean,
have a problem with his singing voice.
yeah, he's a good singer.
Yeah, he is. I like his singing voice.
Imagine how much of a better singer he'd be if he wrote better lyrics, though. That's the only
Yeah, his
thing.
lyrics are shitty. Yeah.
I mean, you could see the total difference between him and Dave. Dave's, you
He
know,
really can.
he does Dave does the innuendos a lot better than Sammy does.
Oh, dude, a whole lot better. Whole lot better. Yeah.
Yeah, Sammy was just forced. And I like how they kind of like dropped it with these two albums. He kind of like, all right, I guess notice that he doesn't do it as well as Sammy did. And as David Lee Roth did. And it's not really as present here as it was on those 5150 and OU 812.
Oh, it's not. Yeah, you're right. It's more of a Sammy vocal style than him trying to be something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right about that.
But I think that's what I liked about the album was,
yeah.
But I think that's what I liked about the album was the tension that was there. Similar to like what happened with Fair Warning.
Right.
But again, the songs I do like, I like. The ones I don't like, I really don't like.
Yeah, there was filler on this album. I agree with that.
Catman says he loves the tones on balance, and he's with you, Lou.
The Eventide Harmonizer made the 5150 sound good.
Mental Jewel says Aftershock and Crossing Over Japanese version. And Tony says, saw Thin Lizzy, Eddie Money open for Van Halen 1979, $6.50 a ticket. Damn.
Wow.
And Mental Jewel also says, Love Walks In, Crossing Over. I guess that means like similar. All right. Anything else?
Yeah. Can't believe we're getting to the Gary Sharon album next.
Oh my God.
I've never listened to it.
I've
never heard it.
The earlier Van Halen albums were only like 30 minutes or so. And then as soon as Sammy gets in the band, it starts getting longer and longer and longer. And I thought maybe Unlawful Carnal was the longest album, but it's not.
Van Halen 3
Van Halen 3 is the longest album. And I'm like, oh my God,
it's
I gotta
almost
sit here.
An hour.
Yep, 65 minutes.
Wow, it's an hour and 5 minutes. Oh my God, dude. I'm gonna have to start hearing that tonight and breaking in pieces.
Yeah.
Someone give me a defibrillator. I'm gonna flatline.
So next week is going to be 3 and then different kind of truth, right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Wow. That's going to be a hell of a contrast there.
Yeah, I've only heard Van Halen 3 one time. I mean, one time.
I bought it.
I listened to it quite a few times.
I bought the CD when it came out. I still have it.
Yeah, so did I.
And I was never, and I'm still not an extreme fan. So when it was Gary Sharon, I was like, kind of throw my shoulders.
I'm not either, but I thought he did actually a very good job in Van Halen. I just wish
live. I thought live wise.
Live he didn't do too bad either. It's just it just sounds like a demo. It's just really unfinished.
The album is dog shit though.
Yeah.
So we'll get to that. We'll get to that next week, people.
We'll talk about dog shit next week.
Can't wait. So I guess that's it. Everybody have a good night. Thanks again, Al and Andy, for joining us.
Thank you, man.
Thank you for having us.
And thanks for coming on, Stan. And
Stan, Lou,
okay.
Good to see you guys.
Gentlemen.
And Lou, as always.
Lou, Wayne, Stan.
Good seeing you guys.
All right.
And I wish you all a pleasant chihuahuas. And don't forget.
Oh, yeah. Don't forget to buy the Severed Angel album, severedangel.bandcamp.com or severedangel.com or rocksrecords.com. And get that
it's a good album.
ASAP because we're out of those copies. So the only place you get it is rocksrecords.com.
And by the way, we're still in the 400s for listeners on Spotify. So whoever's listening, thank you. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Keep listening. All right. See you guys in the chat. Again, thank you very much for coming and joining us. And then we'll see you guys next week.